Graphing inequalities is exactly as what we've been doing with just one more extra step. Okay, so number one, you're going to rewrite the equation in y equals mx plus b just like you've been doing before. Just remember to flip the inequality if you multiply or divide by a negative number. Flip the inequality if you multiply or divide by a negative number. I'll say it again. Flip the inequality if you multiply or divide by a negative number, which we did when we were solving inequalities, but that's the only difference. So write the equation down in y equals mx plus b. In this case, it's already that. Start at the y-intercept, and then you're going to do rise over run. So the y-intercept is -5, just like we've been doing before. And then the slope or rise over run is going to be 2 over 1, just like we've been doing before. So we're graphing it exactly the same. Alright, go to your graph. You're going to start at -5, which is your y-intercept, and then we're going to go up to and right 1. -5, up to, right 1, up to, right 1, up to, right 1, up to, right 1. We can go on forever, but you only need 2 points. Then is it a dotted or solid line? If it's greater than, strictly greater than, it is dotted. If it has the equal sign, it's solid. So in this case, it's dotted. So when you're drawing your line, make sure you leave gaps. So you draw like little gaps while you're doing it with the ruler, little gaps. Alright, so it's a dotted line because it's not equal to that line. Then plug in your test coordinates. Should this point be shaded? Or you need to remember greater than is above and less than is below. But sometimes I get this one wrong, so I go with the test coordinates. Alright, greater than is above and less than is below. So I think it's over there, but I'm always going to check 0, 0. And the reason I check 0, 0 is because when I check 0, 0, my numbers disappear. 2 times 0 is 0. So I'm going to get 0 is greater than -5. Is that true? Yes. So should the point 0, 0 be shaded? Yes. So now I'm going to go and shade it. Make sure that 0, 0 is shaded. And that's pretty much it. And we're just going to do this over and over and over again. Alright, so rewrite the equation into y equals mx plus b. It's not in y equals mx plus b, so let's make it that way. Get rid of the 4x, it becomes -4x. So we've got y is greater than or equal to -4x minus 4. Now it's in y equals mx plus b form. Alright, get the y-intercept. Again, the y-intercept is the plus b, which is -4 in this case. And then get the slope, which is -4x, or we can write it in terms of rise over run because we're graphing it, so it's -4 over +1. Pause the video real quick and just put a box on question 2, a box around the number 2 for me to know that you're listening, for you to get full credit.
If anyone is in Christ, he's a new creation. The old is passed away.
So start at -4, down 4, right 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Perfect. And you can keep going, but you only need 2 lines. Is it a solid or dotted line? So it's greater than or equal to. Because it has the equal to, it's a solid line. Because it has that equal to underneath, it's a solid line. This is like the open and closed circle. So because it has the equal, it's a closed circle, which means it's shaded. Same thing with the line, it's shaded. Alright, so now you look at greater than is above, less than is below. It's greater than, so it's above. See, I think above the line is like to the right, but I'm never sure. So because of that, I check point 0, 0. And again, I choose 0, 0 because it makes stuff disappear. So on the left hand side, I'm going to have 0. When I plug it in, 0 is greater than or equal to -4 times 0 is 0. So I'm just going to have -4. Is 0 greater than -4? Yes. So should 0, 0 be shaded? Yes. So I was right. It's to the right of it. Alright, so I'm just going to make point 0, 0 is shaded. And there we go. And that's really it with the equalities. So just one more step to it than regular equations. Alright, number 3, same thing. Rewrite it into y equals mx plus b. It's already in y equals mx plus b. I guess we could just add the +0 so that you can see that it's, the intercept is 0. Alright, so just rewrite it into y equals mx plus b. Remember, flip the inequality if you multiply or divide by a negative number. We haven't had one of those yet. Alright, so start at the intercept. Y-intercept is b. And the slope is 3 over 2, so we're going to go up 3 and right 2. Up 3 and right 2. So starting at 0, 0, we're going to go up 3 and right 2. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2. Again, is it a dotted or solid line? So because it has the equal to, it's a closed circle, so it's a solid line. So you're gonna shade in the line basically. All right, line it up. It's all shaded, perfect. Alright, plug in the coordinates, or you can see greater than is above, less than is below. This is less than, so it's below. So I think it's to the right, but I'm not entirely sure. I usually use 0, 0, but I can't in this situation because it goes through the point 0, 0. So I'm going to pick another point. So it looks like I'm picking 0, I think that's 0, 7. And just plug them in. So you pick any point, doesn't matter. So y is 7, so 7 is less than or equal to anything times 0 is 0, so 0 plus 0. So is 7 less than 0? No. So that means I do not shade that point that I picked on the left. I don't shade it, which means I shade the other side of it. And again, you can check any point you want, okay? And then you ask yourself, should that point be shaded? Alright, last question. Again, rewrite it in y equals mx plus b form. Remember to flip the inequality if you multiply or divide by a negative number. Remember to flip the inequality if you multiply or divide by a negative number. Alright, so minus 2x, so if you have negative 5y equals negative 2x minus 5, divide everything by negative 5. We divided by negative 5. So when we divide by negative 5, what do you have to do? Flip it. So we're going to get y is less than or equal to negative, 2 over 5x, because it was already negative 2x, plus 1, because negative 5 divided by negative 5 divided by negative 5 is 1. And I'm sorry, I copied that question wrong with the equal sign, so it's just strictly less than. So again, y-intercept is 1 and the slope is 2 over 5. Pause the video real quick and put a circle on number 4 for me to check if you're listening for you to get full credit. Start at 1, go 2 up, right 5. Alright, 2 up, right 5. So then, is it a dotted or solid? It is a dotted line because they have the equal to. Alright, it's a dotted line because an open circle doesn't have that equal to thing. Alright, so make sure that you make it a dotted line. In other words, it has spaces in between it. Okay, then greater than is above and less than is below. So I think it's like on the right of the line or below. But because I'm not sure, I'm going to check 0, 0. So 0, 0, let's plug it in. So 0 is less than, and then anything times 0 is 0, so it's just 1. So is 0 less than 1? Yes, it is. So should 0, 0 be shaded? Yes, it should be. So I just make sure that I shade the point 0, 0, which means I was right. It is to the right or below the line. Alright, but just make sure you check because, you know, I got some of these wrong in Excel as well. Alright, and that's basically it. All you have to do is rewrite the equation in y equals mx plus b, start at the y-intercept, do rise over run, ask yourself if should it be dotted or solid, and then plug in the coordinates to check which side you shade.
But you set me free. I gave you no reason.